Hey, how's it going? It's Stuart. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Today I want to share some insights based on the recent 2026 real estate market forecast from CREB, and more importantly, how can we use this information to help navigate Calgary's real estate market in 2026. Now, this isn't about crystal ball predictions. It's about understanding the economic backdrop that we are currently in so that we can make smart, informed decisions based on that information. So, the big picture. What's shaping the 2026 market? A few key forces are driving the market right now. Interest rates remain slightly higher than what we've been used to over the past 5 years, but they've stabilised. They're still influencing affordability and buyer behaviour. That's keeping demand more measured and thoughtful. At the same time, Calgary continues to benefit from strong population growth and interprovincial migration, which is helping to support that higher level of demand, particularly for detached and semi-detached homes in established neighbourhoods. Lastly, inventory levels have improved, especially in the apartments and townhouse segment. And that shift has brought us into a much more balanced market. So there are fewer bidding wars, there's more choice for buyers, and there's better decision making from both buyers and sellers. Price expectations. What's likely to happen to property values in 2026? This is one of the biggest questions that I'm getting. What's going to happen to the price of my home in 2026? Well, based on current data and economic conditions, the expectation is relative price stability with modest movement, rather than dramatic swings in either direction. And here's what that looks like in practical terms. Detached and semi-detached homes are expected to see very low, possibly single-digit price growth, particularly in well-located, family-orientated communities where supply remains tighter. Apartments and townhouses might experience flatter pricing and in some cases slight downward pressure, simply because there is much more inventory and more competition among sellers. 2026 isn't going to be a boom and bust market. It's a fundamentals driven market. Population growth is supporting values, while borrowing costs and improved supply are keeping the prices from running away. The key takeaway here in 2026 is about protecting value and making smart long-term moves, not chasing short-term spikes. So what does this information mean for buyers? Well, for buyers, this pricing environment creates an opportunity. With values expected to remain relatively stable, the pressure to buy at any cost, it just isn't there anymore. Instead, it's a market where discipline wins. You can negotiate more confidently, you can take more time to compare properties, and you can focus more on a long-term livability and resale, not just making panic decisions. A big shift in 2026 is that winning isn't about being the fastest, it's about understanding value at specific price points and acting decisively when the numbers make sense. If you buy well in a stable market, you're setting yourself up for strength when conditions inevitably tighten again in the future. So what does it mean then for sellers? Well, for sellers in 2026, pricing accuracy matters more than ever. In a market with modest price movement, buyers are extremely sensitive to value. Homes priced even slightly ahead of the market tend to sit, while homes that are priced correctly, they attract attention early. To gain the most success as a seller in 2026, we have to price based on current comparable sales, not last year's sales. We have to prepare the home to compete visually and emotionally, understanding that today's buyers are going to be more analytical, they're not going to be impulsive. This is a good market to sell your property in. It's just a market that rewards preparation and realism. So here's how to win in 2026 for both buyers and sellers. Whether you're buying or selling, the playbook is very, very similar. Understand the economic forces behind pricing. Focus on value, not hype. Use data, current data, to make decisions, not emotional. The forecast gives us more of a roadmap, but the real advantage comes from applying that roadmap onto your neighbourhood, your price range, and ultimately your goals. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or you just want to understand how these trends affect your home's value in 2026, I am always here and always happy to help. Reply to this email, give me a call, or let's grab a coffee sometime and we can put a strategy together that fits the market we are actually in. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to talk to you soon.